You need to detach yourself from negative people if you want peace of mind. You need to detach yourself from negative people if you want success in your relationship, if you want success in your marriage. These people, I call them destiny killers. Their job is to make sure that you are not happy. Their job is to make sure that you are not successful. You need to protect your mind. You see, every creation happens in the mind. The mind is the playground of the universe. Every single thing that you have accomplished or that you have failed to accomplish all comes in the mind. Peace comes from the mind. Happiness comes from the mind. The mind is very important. That is why you need to protect yourself. That is why you need to protect your mind. And how do you protect your mind? By detaching yourself from people that are toxic, from people that are going to corrupt your mind. The mind is a processing unit. It keeps information. If you constantly feed your mind with negative information, if you constantly feed your mind with information that are toxic, your mind is going to attract to you things that you don't want. Your mind is going to attract to you things that are negative in your life. That is why it is very important to detach yourself from people that are negative, people that are always disrespecting you. You see, the reason why you are attracted to those people is because most of us are scared of being alone. We're scared of loneliness. And the reason why you are lonely is because you don't love yourself. And if you must find happiness, if you must find peace, you need to start loving yourself. And you need to love yourself abundantly. You see, if you don't have love, you are not capable of giving love. If you don't have love, you can't love your son. If you don't have love, you can't love your daughter. If you don't have love, you can't love your wife. You can't love your husband. It's because you don't give from the place of lack. We give from the place of abundance. So you need to love yourself, and you need to love yourself abundantly. It is the abundance love, it is the excess love that you are giving out. So the reason why you are stuck with those people that are disrespecting you, the reason why you are stuck with those people that are always insulting you is because you don't even love yourself. And if you don't love yourself, it is very unfair for you to expect love from others, because charity begins at home. You need to love yourself first, and you need to love yourself abundantly. That is when you put yourself in a better position for you to attract people that are genuinely interested in you. Because if you go into a relationship when you are lonely, you are going to attract people that are also lonely. If you go into any kind of relationship, if you are emotionally not available, you are going to attract people that are also emotionally not available. That is why you need to organize your mind. You need to organize your mind if you want to attract people that are emotionally available, because you are what you attract. If your mind is not organized, you are going to attract people that are also not organized. And how do you organize your mind? You organize your mind by putting your mind in order, by making sure that your mind is pure, by making sure that your mind is not corrupt. And how do you do that? By forgiveness. You see, the reason why I tell people that the most important aspect of having peace is forgiveness. Because you can't have peace if you are still keeping malice. You can't have peace if you are still keeping grudges. You can't have peace if you are harboring hatred in your heart. So that is why it is very important to organize your mind. And organizing your mind means freeing your heart from hate. You see, most people believe that when they forgive, they are doing the other people a favor. But that is not true. When you forgive, you are doing yourself a favor, because you are the one that is hurting when that person buys a new car, when that person buys a new house, when something good happens to the other person. You are the person that is hurting. And remember, you attract what you are. So when you have hatred in your heart, you are going to attract people that also have hatred in their own heart. You are going to attract people that are also pretenders, people that pretend they love you, but these people hate you. So the reason why you are going to free your heart is because you want to let in love in your heart. Because you can't have love and hate at the same time in your heart. It is practically impossible. The heart can only contain love or hate. And when you have hate in your heart, you can notice that your heart becomes heavy. And the moment you begin to free your heart from hate, your heart becomes less and less and less heavier. And people are going to notice that you are glowing differently. When you smile, your smile is genuine. That is when you begin to attract good things in your life. That is when you begin to attract favor in your life. That is when those cancers is going to disappear. That is when those kidney failures is going to disappear. I call it the magic of forgiveness. There is no happiness without forgiveness. There is no peace without forgiveness. And the moment you begin to forgive, you need to also disassociate yourself with negative people. I know they have offended you. That is why you despise them. I know they have betrayed you. That is why you despise them. I understand. But for you to be free, for you to be completely free, you need to forgive. Because you can't be free when you're harboring hatred in your heart. You see, when you hold somebody on the ground, you are also not free. The only way you are going to be free if you let go that person. The same thing applies when you hate somebody. You are not also free. Because as long as there is hate in your heart, what it means that you are also a hateful person. And the people you are going to attract are hateful people. You are not going to attract people that are genuinely attracted to you. You're not going to attract people that are loving. You're not going to attract people that are kind. That is how life works. So the first step in finding peace is through forgiveness. When you have emptied your heart from hate, when you have freed your heart from all forms of grudges, that is the beginning of finding peace. The next step is detachment. Detachment from people that are negative. Detachment from people that are toxic. Because as long as you are with them, as long as you are with those people that are insulting you, they are also going to corrupt your mind. They are going to make you to feel resentment. The actual reason why you hate those people is because they are insulting you. The reason why you hate them at the first place is because they are dehumanizing you. The reason why you hate them is because they are backstabbing you. You see, anybody that is insulting you is not your friend. Anybody that is insulting you is going to betray you. It's like after you finish taking your bath, you go and soil yourself with mud. Because forgiveness means detoxification. You have detoxed yourself. So after detoxing yourself, you go back to the same thing that soiled you. So you need to forgive yourself. You need to forgive people, forgive anybody that has offended you. Forgive your mother, your brother, your sister, your old friend, people that has offended you. You need to forgive them for you to be free. That is the only way you can find true freedom. And after you forgive them, you need to detach yourself from them. Because forgiveness doesn't mean that you're going to become friends with them. That is not what it means. When you forgive them, it doesn't mean that you're going to go back and become friends with them. When you forgive them, what it means is that you are emptying your heart from hate so that your heart can be pure. Because it is only a pure heart that love can settle. And when you have love in your heart, and when the only thing that you have in your heart is love, that is the only thing you give, and that is the only thing you receive. Because you are what you receive. If you have hate, you are going to receive hate. If you have love, you are going to attract love. So you need to forgive. That is the first step. The second step is to detach yourself from people that are toxic, people that are negative, people that are always insulting you. And the third part is to love yourself. To love yourself. And you need to love yourself abundantly. And how do you love yourself? By reaffirming to yourself that you are special. Not because you want to say it, but it's because you are special. It is because you are smart. It is because you are intelligent. Just because you don't know that you are smart, just because you don't know that you are intelligent, it doesn't mean that you are not intelligent. It doesn't mean that you are not smart. And the reason why you think you are not intelligent, the reason why you think you are not smart is because you are used to toxic people. These people are always telling you that you are not smart. These people are always telling you that you are not intelligent. That is why you begin to see yourself that way. But in reality, you are smart. In reality, you are intelligent. So you need to begin to acknowledge those characters. I need to accept them because that is who you are. That is who you are. Because if you are not smart, you wouldn't forgive them. Because if you are not smart, you wouldn't detach yourself from them. So you need to forgive people. You need to detach yourself from negative people. You need to learn to love yourself. And that is when you are capable of loving other people. Because you don't love from the place of lack. You love from the place of abundance. If I come to your house and ask for food, even though you want to give me food, but if you don't have food, you won't give me. You want to give me, but you don't have. Even though you want to love your wife, even though you want to love your husband, even though you want to love your son, even though you want to love your daughter, if you don't love yourself, you can't love them because you don't have love. Because you can't give what you don't have. And you don't love from the place of lack. You love from the place of abundance. You love from the place of abundance. It is the excess love that you are giving out. That is why if you are going to a relationship because you are lonely, you are going to attract people that are also lonely. Because you attract what you are. And if you are lucky enough to find somebody that is not lonely, if you are lucky enough to find that good man, if you are lucky enough to find that good woman, you are going to drain his energy. Because you don't love yourself. There is no amount of love this man is going to give you that you are going to be satisfied. There is no amount of love this woman is going to give you that you are going to be satisfied, because you keep asking and asking and asking and asking. You keep draining his energy. You keep draining her energy. You end up turning this good man to a bad man. You end up turning this good woman to a bad woman. That is why it is very important for you to organize your mind before you enter any kind of relationship. Because entering a relationship is the most important decision you can make in your life. People have died because they have met the wrong man. People have died because they have met the wrong woman. People have died because they got themselves involved with the wrong person. Getting into a relationship is the most important decision you can make in your life. That is why it is very necessary for you to organize your mind first. It is very necessary for you to make sure that the person you are choosing is the person that is going to complement you. You need to start from you. You don't need to take a chance. You need to start from you. You need to start from you. And it starts by organizing your mind. You start by loving yourself, because when you love yourself, that is when you're going to attract people that are genuinely interested in you. That is when you're going to attract people that genuinely love you. You can't fool your way in a relationship. It is impossible. If you are emotionally not available, you are going to attract people that are also emotionally not available. What you give is what you receive.